My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Hearthstone the Dalaran Heist. Here in Hearthstone Solo Adventures, we're going to be playing Anomaly Fishy. Murlocs occasionally join the battle, which basically just means Shaman, right? Means play Shaman? Probably play Shaman, so that we can use the fish. I mean, that's a Shaman. Probably don't want crowded streets if we're going to be doing Shaman, though, because we want to flood the board. Draw a card for one. I mean, it does have Overload, but... yeah, it's like a life tap with a half delay. It's pretty damn good. The swamp has got to be Murlocs, right? There's a little bit of a Murloc theming in that. Not much, though. A little bit of an Overload theming in that. Alright, so we'll go with the Murloc themes one. So what do we start in terms of Murloc cards? We have a Ghostlight Angler, Underbelly Archer, as well as a Sludge Slurper. I guess Spirit Echo kind of counts as extra Murlocs, if you really want to think about it like that. So ideally we get a bunch of Murloc synergy cards, and Fishy just generates Murlocs on board. So we just buff our own. Unfortunately, we can't just get ultra stomped by this, because you can have really weird scenarios where the enemy gets a really powerful Murloc on turn 1, and then turn 3 gets another really powerful Murloc, and you don't get to play the game. It is now solitaire for your opponent, as they just carefully and methodically take you apart. And you don't even get to watch a waterfall of cards in the end. It's a tragedy.
Have you considered going purple? It suits you.
Does it matter? Yeah, I'm more fine being overladen on turn 3, because I don't have any turn 3 cards in hand. So that means that Sludge Slurper lacking next turn.
I feel empty inside.
Okay. Let's get the deal 2 damage Murloc. Murloc, sorry, Lackey. Here we go. Boom, got him. What's the worst stat line? Well, I mean, in this scenario, it's the Diamol, of course. As long as my board contests the enemy. Don't want a hero power next turn, though, because Infested Tauren or Tidal Surge being played thereafter are probably good.
How about something a little old school?
A better player would have killed the 1/1. Good pick with the Stone Skin. Enemy gets the Ogre Magi in 2 turns, though. That's a little bit wrong. Yeah, I'm just going to develop the board. Alright.
Snip, snip.
All these makeovers are really making me nervous. Oh, okay. I mean, I thought you would have... No? Okay. Thanks. Now I'll just go ult face. Do I want to mutate anything here? None of them are guaranteed to get better stats when they're mutated. Well, I mean, okay, so the Stone Skin Basilisk is probably going to get more than a 1/1 for 4. But that doesn't mean it's going to be good enough. And it's pretty much 1 guaranteed damage on the board when the enemy only has 2 HP. That's pretty important. Alright. Treasure. +1/+1 is ridiculous. Emerald Goggles is also ridiculous, but the problem is Hagatha's theme kind of jams it up a lot here. Prince's Ring is also pretty good. We'll take the Captured Flag, though. Don't like this. I mean, 2 Emperor Thorasans and a Ragnaros are pretty powerful, but I don't want them. But more than that, I don't want everything else, so I guess I'll have to take it. I was really hoping to end up with just fishy packs the entire way through. Could have set a good trend for it if we got an early one. Alright, Akazamzarak. Give us your worst. This would be a really good hand with Emerald Goggles. Enemy doesn't have much early removal, so I can just play Underbelly Angler straight on turn 2 and I'll be pretty good. But I'm really incentivized to play Sludge Sloper on turn 1 as a 3-2. Yeah, no, I can't give up on that just to generate a random Murloc later. Get a 4-2 out on the field and another 2-2 in hand. You kidding me? Of course I'm going for that. Thankfully that enemy's minion doesn't get to attack yet. Unfortunately, I don't get to do anything about it. Lame. Probably want to evolve the Sludge Slurper. It generates 2-2 more on board, and yeah, a little bit more in terms of stats as well. Better distribution of the stats as well, definitely. Considering a 2-2 could have killed my 4-2 there. Almost all of the time the enemy would have drawn... Tidal Surge is in hand. Yeah, so that and Hagatha's are the only expensive spells I really have left in the deck. And even that is air quotes expensive rather than actually expensive. I don't want to Hero Power this turn because then it limits my options next turn too heavily. Alright, I'm just going to develop the Archer. Probably lock out the enemy next turn from whatever minion they play with the Tidal Surge, then Infested Tauren Hero Power the turn after. Maybe I Tidal Surge Hero Power this turn.
Sweet, but it still bites. It's a bunny.
Oh! So that looked like it affected the whole board just because it debuffed a couple of my characters because the +1 to all Murlocs is no longer on the board. Glinda. Emperor Thaurissan is going to be really important later. We're happy to mutate a 3-3 here. Didn't get that much better, but a 2-3 for 4 is like uncharacteristically poor in terms of stats. At the very least, it's a taunt, so you just push everything else to face.
Snow, nor rain, nor wind.
No, that's a rush minion, so at the very least they get more removal on board. Damara, fine, I guess. Alright. So that was naturally in your deck, which means that it's probably just splitting image.
You're in trouble now.
So I should just double attack base. Pretty confidently as well. That deck doesn't run Ice Block. The Amazing Bone Paw does. But the Amazing Bone Paw also generates so many random spells that they could not have it, but you should still plan around them having it. Summon 10 Murlocs seems like a pretty good thing for us. And 2, like, really good early Murloc generators. This is a 1-4 that summons a 2-2 every turn. Keep in mind, Captured Flag is broken as hell. It's so good. It's such a like, the text on the passive is so underwhelming, but the effect of it in-game is so dramatic. Put away the rest of my water bottles so I don't have the ability to refill with water. I'm sad about it. Hard mull for Murlocs? We don't have that many Murlocs in the deck, but also those are pretty bad cards, so Unite the Murlocs could actually go off. You just wait until turn 10, play 5 Ghostlight Anglers, and hope that I played 5 Murlocs before that. Let's not actually do that, but playing it as early as possible is still pretty good.
Serve me.
So Murlocs occasionally join the battle. No. Smurloc? No. Holomancer. Yeah. Shrinking Course. Alright. Just one Ghostlight Angler then. This is why I had to get minions on board. The enemy just got the most powerful Murloc that they can get. Is that the highest statted Murloc at the moment? Other than Megafin, I think it is. What? Unfortunately, nothing I can do about Scargill this turn, so I just gotta wait, I guess. Stop, though! The enemy has the two best Murlocs to have with one another on the board at the same time. Now, if the enemy actually had any Murlocs naturally in their deck, I would be more worried, but still, that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to be worried right now. Now, this only gives you a Murloc if you play a Murloc, yeah, so you're not gonna get any benefit from it.
The calm before the storm.
If the enemy generated any Murloc, we would just be immediately screwed. Kind of want to hold on to Hagathas for longer.
This false power must be destroyed.
I'm gonna just try and naturally generate the board here. Holomancer is... They play him in summon a 1/1 copy. I mean, I get a 2/2 minion every single time. No? So Hologram applies after Banner of Inspiration, despite the fact that Banner of Inspiration... Sorry, Hologram is what makes it one of my cards? Alright, I guess that's one way to handle things. Dumb and it's bad, it's wrong, but it's one way to handle things, I guess. These Provoking Totems being in our opening hand are incredibly important to us. They're not only just so powerful for the early game, but they're so good for getting the Megafin out there. Yeah, I should have done that a little bit earlier. Sue me. It's a pretty good board state. All right. Come on, Rag.
Great idea.
Happy to have one. I mean, I'd love to just use Hagathas to clear the entire board and then have my Rag kill the enemy, but unfortunately, it's not going to work like that. My Rag's too dead at that point to do anything. This deck does have one natural board clear in it in Hagathas Scheme, but it's also... it's a symmetrical board clear, so it kills my own board as well. And especially as a deck that's going to want to control the board the entire time, that's a hard thing for me to play. Taggawag is a board clear, so is Evil Propaganda, right? But Evil Propaganda is a little bit too late in the game for us to really justify using it. But this deck, if we get to turn 10, we better have won or be about to win. Otherwise, something's gone horribly wrong. Dagwick as a 3/6 is ridiculous. Either Elder Taggawag or Dagwick are also a little more incentivized because I'm about to go into a Bartender, and that Bartender will allow me to interact with minions in my deck more commonly than with spells, right? You can affect spells in your deck, but not as easily or as impactfully oftentimes as the minions. So I might be able to get 3 copies of Dagwick or 3 copies of Elder Taggawag. Would I want 3 copies of Tagwick or 3 copies of Elder Taggawag more? Probably 3 copies of Taggawag, so just take it. Should let that justification count for me. I mean, Wicked Witch Doctor is garbage here, because we're not going to play that many spells after a Wicked Witch Doctor. But, I mean, it's a 4-mana 4/5 that possibly generates 1/3s or 2/2s. Not awful. Lightning Storm is good as another board enemy clear, and then Hagatha is another board clear. That said, I don't want my hand to just be like Hagatha's Scheme, Lightning Storm, and I have a dominant position on the board, because then none of my cards are providing me anything. Unfortunately, neither of these is an unstable evolution, so we can't take it and then go to the bar and then try and reduce the cost of an unstable evolution by by 2. It is only 1 cost, though. And then cast it infinitely in order to win. That's a fun thing to do, but it's also kind of readily available too commonly, in my opinion. It's a little bit of healing. That could be nice. Hullazeal plus Hagatha's Scheme, or Hullazeal plus even Tidal Surge. It's very expensive, but good heal. That said, I'm a very aggressive deck. Am I going to need to heal? It's either regeneration or spells. It's just not shifting scales. Because I end up with a big board, and they're all Murlocs, and they have synergistic effects with one another. Why do I want to evolve them again? Surely they get worse on average, because, like, you can have a Murloc that's a 1-cost Murloc that's, like, suddenly a 5/5, because it's just been buffed by a couple of other cards, and then it evolves into a 2-mana 2/3. Evolves. I don't want too much board play. I'm going for a generation.
Are you skulking about the inns and public houses now?
Yeah, often. Well, not the inns. More the public houses. Tagwag's on board. That's good.
Friendly face. Usual?
Give a friendly minion +2/+2 for this run. So the 2-mana 5/5 Ghostlight Angler, and I can play it multiple times. That's pretty good. Dismiss, probably just get an expensive minion out of the deck like Rag. Take a chance. It's fine, I guess. Recruit. Nothing on the enemy's board that I really want. Yeah, I'm going to tell a story about this minion. I'm going to remove this minion. I'm going to take a chance. It's okay.
Back again soon now.
If only we also had a Brood before the take a chance, and then we take a chance and it hits the Ghostlight Angler. Because then we could just, as soon as we draw the Ghostlight Angler, fill the board with 5/5s. Your turn. It's like old Quest Rogue days. It's turn 5. Of course I have 5 5/5s out on the board. Why wouldn't I? I'm Quest Rogue. Ooh!
Let us resolve this quickly.
What's the best second treasure we can get? Emerald Goggles would be pretty good, but we'd run out of cards really quickly. Good thing our hero power is draw a card, I guess, for that reason. Expedite would also be really good for us. Yeah, a lot of the time the Hagatha Scheme are going to get stuck in our hand. Oh my god! At the very least, the enemy doesn't have a hero power they can actually use here, but they just got a 3/4 on turn 1 randomly. It's only fair that I'm a little maddened by that. Hullazeal, okay, neat. Steel Rager, the enemy gets a rush minion as a 5/1. Gotta make sure that they don't have anything they can check. You can see why I complained a little earlier, right? Just a little complaint. It was worth a little complaint earlier. I could Underbelly Angler and then Sludge Slurper here, but then I don't get to do anything with the Sludge Slurper. Thank heck the enemy does not have a hero power that they can actually use. Otherwise, they would have already won just off of the back of generating 2 Murloc Knights. Hero power on turn 2, I lose. Well, I mean, I probably wait until Hagatha Scheme and then kill the enemy, but still. You see what I mean, right? Despite the fact that I just undercut my entire argument there, you get the general gist, right? It's a bad argumentative technique.
would Korvac do?
I'm just gonna get another Murloc in hand. That's what Korvac would have done. And then I'm gonna trade these two across to make it like a heavy investment to remove my Underbelly Angler. Archer, sorry. Sad. Next turn, I'm probably just playing Title Surge for removal, so... Ethereal Lackey Hero Power seems a better idea here. Well, Ethereal Lackey first, just in case the spell is something I want to play this turn. It's 2 cost. It's not. Jade Lightning's fine. Jade Lightning's fine. Maybe just cast that next turn off the back of the generation of that minion. Yeah, I also didn't want too many minions on the board because of the Steel Rager, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I should have been, but I wasn't. So if it didn't hero power last turn, I could have Hagathas this turn. Would have gotten me a lot of HP, but what's a lot of HP to me, right?
Perhaps I can end this soon.
Alright, we'll just Jade Lightning here. I don't think Hagathas scheme this turn even would have been correct.
The cold don't bother me.
I mean, it would have killed my own minion, right? Mostly. Trade across use now? So I can hit Hullazeal across, then Corrupted Seer. That removes everything except the enemy's Murloc Knight. Unfortunately, I can't have the Jade Golem attack the Murloc Knight. And it doesn't matter if it attacks the Voodoo Hexer, so... Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Especially with the Healing Rain in hand. You can freeze my board all you like. Ooh. Removing my board now, that's a little more contentious. Maybe don't do that one. So I Thoros on this turn so that I have the ability next turn to play Hullazeal plus Tidal Surge. Heal for 8, deal 4 damage.
You require my assistance?
Yeah, this'll work. Ghostlight Angler next turn. Oh, I can't wait. How many random Murlocs have I developed with Unite the Murlocs? Because I think it's 0. I think it's currently 0, which is a bad number. It's not a good one. It's 0 currently.
It did not rain in Voldoon. I like it.
Join the guild. We have cookies.
I'm just setting up for a Ghostlight Angler. I can currently get a total of 6 out of them in a single turn. Ah, but I only have space to generate 5. Ah, it's a good minion. Is a pretty good minion. And it's not lethal. Whew, it's so close though. Hero Power looking for it. Didn't find it. But I do get to control the enemy board pretty easily here. That'll work. And I'm gonna get Spirit Echo just so my whole hand is Ghostlight Anglers. Why does Sagat just seem... Oh, right, of course, the Thorison. It would make sense if that was Ice Barrier or Ice Block, either way.
Sign now.
Okay. What else could it have been? The Frozen Clone? Also makes sense. Fishy. It's definitely fishy. It's extremely fishy. Something real fishy about this deck. How few fishies we have in it. Pogo shouldn't be a problem, right? Not unless the enemy gets like early board presence from getting a couple triggers of fishy.
Messina versus Pogo.
That could be a problem.
Let us
This fight shouldn't go long enough for Unite the Murlocs to be important, but also Unite the Murlocs is so important when it's important that I think it justifies a card in my opening hand. And also, eventually I'll start generating some minions with the whole anomaly thing. Eventually. Has Noswhisker and Volspine. Okay. Well, we definitely get the best one out there. Don't you dare put more of those in deck and then just kill me with them. Like, flood the whole board with Finges. Because that's like a real you thing to do. I'm not into it. 3 mana cards I'd play next turn. Tagawag. 17 cards left in the deck. Do I not tap just for the possibility of top decking a 1 in 17? No. Don't do that. Watch them. They're going to put 3 Finches in deck. Eventually. I never said them. I never said when they're going to do it. Hopefully they do it after I kill it with the Tidal Surge, though. It's important I have access to Tidal Surge next turn. I also don't have a Hagatha's Scheme in my hand or anything of that sort. Yeah, you put the Finches in there. That's maddening. Unfortunately, like, if I could just kill both of these Pogo Hoppers right now, I'd just win the game. But leaving the Fincher on the board is also really tragic. And I can't kill both of those Pogo Hoppers right now, so it doesn't even matter. Unfortunately, my Taz is going to take longer to come out. He's a little bit shy. And not in a particularly supportive situation. I totally understand Taz, but... You seriously... I could use you out here. I think it's probably Sludge Slurp or whatever whatever lackey I get, and then Healing Rain.
Perhaps I can end this soon.
Gives me more board presence than any other similar thing. Random 2-cost minion? That's really good. My HP doesn't... doesn't need this as much right now, so... Okay, Archer plus Cold Light Seer next turn, not bad. I mean, I'd like to get a Murloc, please. Like, at all from Fishy? Just like a Murloc at any point? Like, you know, just like a Murloc? It'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. What if I had a Murloc? I think that'd be fun. Okay. If I trade the huge Totocross on Pogo Hopper, then there's 3 enemies on 1 HP on the enemy board, and that's just so tempting. But also, I shouldn't be reliant on that working. I'm gonna burn a hell of a lot of the enemy's deck here. Screw it, I'm trying. I shouldn't try it. I don't have much HP. Ryan, think. the best removal I can even do? 6, 8, 14. The enemy would be 1 off lethal if I did the absolute best removal I'm currently capable of. Or guaranteed to be capable of, right? Huge trade throws across here. Gotta go for it. Come on. It's the absolute worst target you could have gone for. Okay. Trade's there, then I'm gonna evolve this, looking for hopefully a taunt. Thankfully the enemy didn't get Ziliax, and the Sludge Slurper was at the wrong time of turn to work for the enemy. Okay. Don't have just drawn damage. Okay, we're fine. Whew! That was terrifying, but it looks like we're still alive.
You say hold, me say hand.
Board. Board. No? Okay, we're not doing it. Puddle plus healing plus primal fin. Because, like, I'm not developing anything to the board other than that, so. Ooh. Okay, no, we'll go Sludge Slurper. It has the possibility of helping me kill the enemy's board. That'll help. I mean, I could fatigue the enemy for 2 cards right now. It's not good. So it's Healing Rain. Goblin Lackey across here. And just straight up remove. And now we're safe. Unfortunately, the enemy can just hero power their Pogo Shuffle. Pogo Shuffle the Finger, then attack, kill a minion with the Finger. Then they got more Fingers on board. It's like the whole thing I was worried about the whole time. It's a lot of Fingers. Okay, so I can draw the enemy into 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 is 7. 2, 3, 4 is 7. Is 9. And I have not lethal on board. It's good counting. I'm just gonna heal as much as I can here. And then feel free to kill the enemy minion. I obviously should have done with the Goblin Lackey, but I only thought about it at the very end of the turn. His next turn... Next turn I should be fine. No, don't heal! Stop killing my minions! Ah! I need to sack minions that Finja can actually kill. I think I do Cold Light Oracle right now. It's really important to me that I get to my... Not even taunt minions. The enemy putting more antique heal bots in their deck is actually terrifying. Most important thing to me is I get to one of my schemes real soon, or like a board clear of any kind, like Dagwick. That'd be totally fine, but are you really gonna use those? No, you're just gonna summon them. Right, that makes sense. The enemy's just gonna attack and kill my minions, and then they summon those. Really? You're actually gonna leave them in your deck? You wanna draw those? Huh? Well, just one of them, I guess. Okay. That was always allowed. Oh, evasion should have gone with the biggest hit first. Cold Light Oracle is also somewhat diminished in effectiveness right now. Fine. I'm almost at Megafin. Then it'll be time to close out the match. Enemy also naturally drew that last Cold Light, so they can't play it. Because that is just a massive self-own. I guess you could play it now. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that. And that. Oh, the enemy's already dead. Dang. Expedite. We're about to get offered our second treasure for the run. I want Expedite. It'll help me go off with the Sludge Belcher, like actually Sludge thing? Sludge something? I can't remember his name. Hang on. Rocket Backpacks. I mean, that does allow me to remove the enemy board really, really easily, like control the board effectively. But also just starting with a weapon will help me control the board while I just build the board myself. Sure. Yeah, it's almost always going to be correct for us to go for the fishy packs right now.
Don't start a fight in here. Or do. I could care less.
You, number one, could not care less. And number two, why say it? God. There are so many lines in this expansion that you're like, yeah, they needed to write a line, so they, I guess, had to include this one, but it's not good. Kindle. We've got a couple spells in here we want to remove.
Something burning in here?
We have actually needed Witch's Brew before. I think Tidal Surge is a little bit too expensive for us to use. Yeah. Definitely not Round of Drinking. So it's good food and tell a story. It's just who we tell the story to. Well, it's more impactful on early game minions, so like a Toxfin. Yeah, because I'll be mulliganing for that. Alright. And there's no one here I actually want to dismiss. This helps me get out all the cards in my hand. These two help me get more cards in hand. This one's already powerful by itself.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Since I have no mana cheat and no card draw in this deck, I just need like real good value on board. And those all provide it. Or rather, they don't provide the value on board, but they provide the value of mana cheating, Emperor Thaurissan, and extra card value, Neptulon and the Primal Finlaw Lookout. I'd really like a call in the Murlocs, because that's 4 mana, summon 8/8 worth of stats across 4 minions. That's insane to me.
Let us resolve this quickly.
It's like absolute gold standard.
Why me?
Okay, that's a strong opener. Okay. Tentacle for Arms is nice.
Who's up for an adventure?
I actually have a Murloc! Hell yeah! That's so good. We're gonna probably be able to take down the hold. Oh, Hold the Gates isn't. What? It's not the effect that I was thinking of. Just summon a big defender. Okay. This also isn't our buffed Toxfin, which means we probably want to hit it with Mutate. Probably gets better stats. Definitely hero power this turn as well, though. But it gets Murloc buffs. Is that important right now? Not with what we currently have on board.
The truth is in here.
All right, that's really good. Got 2 more attack and the Death Rattle of draw a card. Worth.
I serve the Fire Lord.
Yeah, I don't need to risk my Murgleton at all here.
I'll find it.
all healing is quadrupled? Heal for 4? Nice. Yeah, that's a straight up heal for 4 right there. It's important that I kill one of them. I guess I'm gonna tap here as well. Probably should have done that earlier. It's important that I kill one of them, but also, yikes about the final.
But of course.
I'll find it.
Poisonous. This is something that I said last episode, but Poisonous only kills minions that are damaged. So Divine Shield from Crystal Smith Kangor prevents that from going on. And 2 of the same kind, as well as 2 that have effects that stack with one another and are as annoying as Crystal Smith Kangor, is uncommon, to say the least. Attack across, attack across. That's a good grime street right there. That's some grimy streets. Love it. I think I do this looking for a low-cost Murloc so that I can Cold Light Seer next turn more effectively. Well, that'll do.
I'll find it.
That'll fulfill all of the requirements I had. So ideally the enemy kills one of my minions this turn and that's it.
Behold the magnificent aerial command unit.
Oh, you killed 3 of them. That's not what I wanted. Tide Hunter, Cold Light Seer, bop that minion, attack that face. That's pretty good. Could have been a lot worse. Ooh, that's a good 5-mana minion. Look at its stats. Not a huge fan. Guess I get the Sludge Belcher out there first. Sludge Slurper. So used to saying the other sludge-related card. Yeah, I want Tharasign out as early as possible. I have a real large hand, and I have pretty dominant control of the board, so if I don't take advantage of Sludge... Every card in the game is Sludge Belcher now. If I don't take advantage of Sludge Belcher, my opponent's Sludge Belcher might be able to trigger its Sludge Belcher ability, in which case my Sludge Belcher hero just isn't going to be able to deal with that, because you got to remember that we have the Anomaly Sludge Belcher inactive, and the passive Sludge Belcher, which is like a passive that both of us have active at all times. I guess we just play Goblin Lackey to get it out on the board. I can get 3 Murlocs from Neptulon right now? And then burn a card from the top of my deck?
Witness the power of
I'm actually gonna burn Witch's Brew in order to not have to deal with the downside here. Witch's Brew still would have occupied a space in my hand if I played it first, so there's no order in consideration there. I think I had lethal that turn. It was Goblin Lackey buffing something that was attacking face.
science over.
Did it buff something that attacked face? What did it buff? No, it buffed Tharasign. But Tharasign did go face. Alright, never mind, I didn't have lethal. Unless I played Neptulon first and then ended up playing, like... No, that's not even going to be enough because the Tentacle with Arms had to be involved. Fishy. Especially because it has Murloc War Leader as well as Call in the Finishers. And Corrupted Seer for some board play. I mean, those are 3 of the highest tier cards we can get there. One of the other ones that would be really important to us is Scargill, as well as Underbelly Archer, but... we'll take him as we get him.
Vecina versus Maleficent Mana Storm.
So we've learned from our previous mistakes, but again, I hesitate to say mistakes. I still don't know how I could have otherwise played that match. But we've learned from that loss that we really need to hit the board early with Maleficent. Especially because the enemy is possibly gonna... Oh, that's such a good weapon to get. Especially because the enemy is possibly gonna get some Murlocs from the Anomaly.
I'm finally free from this cursed mage prison. Time to...
Oh...
Where's the tour guide?
I don't
Oh,
care.
no.
I've
Oh,
seen
no.
it before so many times.
Millhouse?
Millie dearie. You, evil-looking adventurer, take care of her. I'm off to hide.
Riveting. All right, time all. Just making sure I have good board control early.
Are you hiding him?
Come on, Maleficent. Ah! Do I waste a swing against that or a minion? Swing. Board control is really important. I've got to listen to myself. Unite the Murlocs is probably going to be relatively important in this fight as well. Oh God, if you play them on opposite sides of the Violet Cage, Violet Hold, what's it called? The Super Collider doesn't consider these neighbors, so they won't attack one another. If they were next to one another, this would be so good, but they aren't, considering how they work in game. I want to play Unite the Murlocs, but not more than I want to just generate
This
like a stat efficient turn.
Nothing could ever taste as sweet.
Scargill's really good. Siltfin's also really powerful right now, but I already have the ability to draw pretty effectively. I can just take Scargill. And next turn I'm trying to generate Scargill. The enemy doesn't actually have like stellar removal. So I should just be able to play Scargill straight and then not have to worry about it just naturally getting removed.
Powering up. Portals online. This time for sure.
Okay, that's one way to play a video game, I guess. Just gonna go all face while you do that. As soon as I get some Murlocs in this hand, woo, we're gonna have a good time. But exclusively once I have done that. Attack that across. Another minion out on the board, and then a healing rain. Do I draw? Yeah. The draw's only important because I'm not playing Emperor Thorison next turn with this, yeah, this little of an impact that it would have.
Magic neutralized.
Right.
Careful. They bite.
I mean, if I'm keeping this harsh of a control on the board, I don't think I need to actually go for combos or anything like that. Being able to play Neptune on next turn is pretty important though, so we will hold off on the tap. Okay. And I'll have space, because I can just sack minions against the Sea Reaver pretty effectively as well. Should probably track how much damage I have on board, so 10,
Think
19...
of the ramifications for playing me. It's not worth it.
You're right, it's not. It's a good swing. And I get to sack 2 minions. Neat. Get out Neptulon here. Should have sacked the first minion, then played the flesh-eating ghoul. That would have made more sense. I mean, we've probably got lethal next turn anyway, but small optimizations. They can matter. They don't,
Behold.
but they can. But they won't.
All charged up.
Well played!
I'm not here for you. It's Millhouse I'm after.
I'm well aware. I mean, it's the right time to play it, right?
Let's just put her back into the hold.
He delays her death if you play him? Speedrun strats, don't play Millhouse Mana Storm in that fight. Also, don't encounter that fight. Swamp Queen's Call, I mean, that can be really powerful. Master Scheme, actually, I mean, we're in a position where we could actually utilize that really effectively for the first time ever. But Taggawag gives us another board clear, but we already have a couple board clears? A couple? We have fewer than I thought. Corrupted Seer, Hagathas, and Taggawag. Maybe we do take another Taggawag. Also just makes it more reliable that I draw one early.
Do not stare into the eyes of Morag if you value your sanity.
I'm just gonna stare straight into the eyes. Ooh. Is that the Ray of Frost related hero power? I probably should get Unite the Murlocs out as early as possible here.
Suffer beneath my gaze.
Ghostlight Anger is real good, but I do want to wait until turn 2 to play it. Oh, what a garbage weapon. Ray of Suffering, deal 1 damage to the enemy hero, increases inches. So unfortunately we have Bladed Gauntlet, your attack equals your armor, and cannot attack heroes, so... we didn't get a card, really, is what happened there. Oh, sorry, we didn't get a weapon. Molten Blade even would have been better than this. It's like a big call to ever make. But yeah, Molten Blade actually would have been better than this. I can't just wait a bunch of turns until I play my Ghostlight Anger. Sure. Also, if the enemy develops like good, ooh, is that good for me? Are you gonna attack across? Oh, damn. Well, I was hoping I was gonna get a Taggawag kill here, but if I Taggawag kill, then I lose my extremely precious Ghostlight Angler. So this will get me 2 more generations of Murloc if this board dies, but also if the Despicable wants to attack across, then we can kill with the Taggawag. Nice. Okay. There have to be better positions to use Taggawag, right? I can't trade away... Oh, but this leaves me with a poisonous minion on field if I do it. Plus it generates a far better board state with a 5/5 out. So I'm waiting for the enemy to summon like a Pit Lord or something like that, like a 5/6, so they can trade the Murloc Scout in. Just constantly threatening to be able to kill whatever big minion they play. It honestly is probably going to stop them from playing a couple of different minions. Like, I can naturally play Emperor Thaurissan next turn if I don't Hero Power here, but if I don't Hero Power, I haven't really got a hand worth playing Thaurissan on, so... kind of stuck a little bit there. We're getting very close to this Unite the Murlocs. 7 so far.
I will destroy.
Well, at least my Knight of the Wild hadn't come out yet. Let's go, Matriarch. Friendly minions healed. It's unlikely to happen. Alright. Damn, that minion has charge. It's possible they don't even bother attacking with it, though.
Destroy these fools.
That was so good. Finger is going to be really, really important next turn. I can't overload for 2 this... No, I can overload for 2 this turn and then still play Thaurissan next turn. That's fine. So, Sludge Slurper, Hero Power. Still can't kill that. Do I want a Mega Fin right now? Yeah, if I'm Thorough Signing next turn, I Mega Fin. Also at a 0 cost to get out, so it saves me everything. Mega Fin's probably not naturally going to trade against the Void Lord. Oh, but against the Nightscale Matriarch. Oh, that would make a lot more sense.
Flashes before my eyes.
Okay, so the first thing we do is tag a wag. Then I'm gonna... Not Primal Fin, hang on. War Eater. I kind of want to just War Eater go face right now. Is that dumb? Feels dumb. Is it dumb? I mean, letting the enemy get something with Sylvanas is a problem, considering my board state, but it was always going to be a problem, considering my board state. So yeah, I think I'd just go face. This Finja kills that. I don't want that trading across against the Murloc War Leader. It's too useful in effect. And a low blow for 1 mana this turn, that's fine. Especially next turn, like an Emperor Thorison is pretty incredible for us. Nice. Only thing I needed them not to get was the Mega Fin. And yeah, the Elder Taguag was going to be a problem as well, but... You have an Azoth in that deck? Damn, that's news to me. Wee bit of a problem. I think it's really important my Taguag dies. If the enemy takes the Taguag, they're probably not going to get it back. It's fine, we're okay. So this will get a Murloc out of my deck. Just the one, though. Hey, that was the enemy, that was the Murloc the enemy put in my deck. Yeah, that'll all too. Maybe I trade up on the Knight of the Wild? Okay. Trade up. That's really bad, because it gets killed by the Sylvanas, and then the Sylvanas steals something else. Ooh. Didn't take Mega Fin. Don't take Mega Fin. Alright, where should I cower? Because that's non-negotiable. I am yellow-bellied through and through. Alright. We always knew how this one was going to go, right? I really should have just played the... yeah, the Murloc Tidecrawler at the start. It's my bad. Good lord. Very glad was there any period of time where you could actually have both N'Zoth and 2 Void Lords in the same deck? I don't think there was, but there might have been that I just missed. There was a small period of time where I dropped out of playing Hearthstone for a while. So those are the minions I'd like the most to have die. I mean, I don't need to float the mana, and Witch's Brew doesn't have anything else effective it can do. Healing my face seems like the best way to prevent the enemy from really having any impact on the game at all. It's fine to trade off Scargill. this 1 damage. Just nerfing my damage by a little bit here. And missed it by 1. Nope, never mind. Got it exactly. Ignore the fact that I battered the maths in so many different directions. And instead, celebrate with me the fact that we did it. Hell yeah. Captured flag is real powerful. Resourcefulness was...
It is done. As we speak, magical fiends flood the streets of Dalaran.
That also actually completes all of the unlocks for the Shaman. For the next episode, we'll play something else, probably. All Death Rattle triggers twice. Probably Rogue, but maybe not Rogue. Until then, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Hearthstone. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There are playlists in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.